Guys, this is Astranox, and in this video I want to talk about the next week's Mystic rotation pool. So the heroes that are in there, this is my third account, and I'm gonna be pulling. So here are my my thoughts about this rotation on for next week. So we've got Maid Chloe and Troublemaker Crozet. Now I was trying to pull for Maid Chloe on my second account. Ended up with Troublemaker Crozet, which I just featured actually. I showcased in my previous video just before this one, so if you haven't checked it, check it out. You know, he's pretty good. I mean, he's pretty good. He's not amazing, but yeah, I can definitely use him in PvP, RTA, Guild War Arena. You know, so yeah, not bad. Maid Chloe. I feel like she's a very powerful natural 5-star Moonlight hero. You know, if you don't have any natural 5-star Moonlight heroes, she can definitely be that one that will, like, she's gonna give a lot to your team. You know, just the attack buff plus the revive is already very powerful. Now after the buff, like, she also revives dead targets, which is really cool. The cooldown is long, but it's very, very powerful. The attack buff is for 3 turns as well. The HP recovery, I mean, that is not something that you can fully rely on. It's not gonna save your life against big burst damage, but over the course of a battle, the longer it goes and the fewer enemies you have to deal with, this thing can become actually quite good. I mean, it's quite a bit of HP for herself, plus an ally at the lowest HP threshold. I believe it's like 8.4% of her max HP, and well, that's it. It's gonna actually heal based on her max HP to the lowest HP ally. So if they are quite squishy, if they don't have that much HP, it's actually gonna be quite powerful, you know. This here, you've got a stun for 1 turn. Stun is very powerful. Soul burn, 20 souls for an extra turn. I mean, you could use this, I guess, to lower the cooldown of skill 3 on manual play. So there's that option. So yeah, it has some use. You could go again with skill 1 and you will be healing twice if you're trying to desperately land that stun, I guess. So Maid Chloe, I feel like you can just put her with some bruisers. You can use her with like a cleave comp, and she's gonna bring that extra layer of security. And also, you make her fast. She goes first. You've got that attack buff on your whole team. Very, very strong, you know. Now on that rotation, what I want to talk about is, yo, Vildred is here. We got Cidd. We got Shuri. So, you know, these heroes are parts of a lot of speed comps, and their memory imprints are speed. So that's very good, and that's like all these things together on this rotation, I feel is it doesn't happen that often. You know, if you don't have Vildred, if you're still looking for that farmer and adventure on recorded history, side stories, well, there he is. If you, I don't know, if you didn't want to pull on his banner because you wanted to save your Covenant Bookmarks for a limited banner or something new, well, he's here again, you know. So it's not only that though. Like, he's not only a farmer for these things, but you can use him in Banshee. You know, he's gonna destroy these ads. He's Earth, and that's great as well. In Azmanac Hunt, you can definitely use him. He's gonna destroy the ads. A very strong hero overall, and yeah, you can use him in other areas of the game as well. I mean, you don't really see him in Raid and Labyrinth, but I mean, there might be a team comp that you can run with around 30 capping morale maybe, and he's gonna speed up your runs. So there's that. In RTA, I mean, there's gonna be some ways to use him in there. So there's also that. So I feel like he's definitely a very powerful hero. Now the artifact that is here, I mean, you could slap that on any single target damage dealing warrior that is built with, of course, high crit, 100% crit chance, because every time you land a critical hit, you also deal extra damage based on your attack. So if you want that extra bit of damage in PvP, that artifact is great for that on single target damage dealing warriors. But for PvE, in most cases, it's going to be like Daydream Joker that you're going to be wearing. Even like, yeah, Hell Cutter is just going to perform better than this thing from what I know. So yeah. And of course, Hell Cutter is easier to limit break as well. Now we have Domino. So if you have Challenger Domino, you're looking for more memory imprints for her to increase the team's crit chance, or her own if you're going to be using the self memory imprint. There's that. I mean, Cidd, if you want to play around with the ML Cidd, maybe your memory imprint's already maxed out, or maybe you need a few more. You know, Cidd's very powerful. Now he shines more in Guild Wars. 3v3 scenario is like definitely an amazing hero there. I used him extensively in Arena before on my first account. He's definitely great, man. Super strong hero. The fact that, I mean, with his whole kit, the fact that he ignores their element when he has speed buff, that is so good. He's at elemental advantage. This thing, I mean, allowing him to decrease defense with skill 1 when he has speed buff. The fact that he increases his own speed for 2 turns when he lands a critical hit with this thing. The fact that he scales with attack and speed, just so powerful. The memory imprint, just like perfect. You've got the speed there for the team, or crit chance for himself, but in most cases you're going to be using the speed memory imprint for the rest of the team, because you want to bring the speed of your combat readiness booster just a bit further, like higher, so you can actually increase your chance of going first. You've got Shuri, which is very powerful. I actually use him on my first account in my Cleave team. Still, up to this day, I use him with... I mean, you should check it out. You check my videos under my channel, under playlist. Check my Arena PvP playlist. This is global, and sometime on my second account as well, which is on global. And yeah, check the 4-star Cleave team. It's Celestial Mercedes. It's Auxiliary Lots, Shuri, and Challenger Domino. And the amount of turns that I'm getting, the amount of combat readiness that I'm giving to the team is insane. It's so quick, and like they don't really have a chance to really go. I'm just going. I clear them up, and that's the end of it. And he also has speed memory imprint, which is great. You can check my stats, the way I build my team, in that video as well at the end. So yeah, I did showcase that team a few times already, and I mean, Shuri is just great. Also in PvE, you can use him, like especially in the Abyss. I mean, you could use him in Automated Tower, which is very easy, but maybe in hard mode Automated Tower, he's definitely gonna be giving your team a lot of turns. So there's that. I tried him in Golem, definitely not a top contender for that place. So yeah, especially with 11, that just like, you've got the tree that just removes debuff, so the poison is not so effective. But still, like, there's better heroes for Golem 11. I feel like in the Abyss he definitely shines a lot, and it's definitely in PvP. Like, you can definitely bring him, well, mostly in Arena, but still in Guild Wars I did use him quite a bit, and he performs very well. He could be your main combat readiness booster. You know, you slap all your speed, have 100% crit chance on him. Maybe you need to rely on crit chance memory imprints on from the rest of your teammates, but he's very strong, very strong. Now, if you have fighter Maya, well, you can get some memory imprints. Maya is good only in like very early game. It's just like the fact that, you know, she can stun, but the thing is, this thing, the decrease attack, and especially the provoke on all the enemy team for 1 turn is huge. The fact that she increased defense over the whole team as well, that skill is insanely powerful. You have Aureus on her, you use this, you make her like super fast, and in early Arena and Guild Wars, especially Arena, early game to even mid game, she can definitely, well, more early game, like on a new server or something like that, or on a new account. But when they start having immunity sets, then that's not gonna like really perform. So yeah. But for fighter Maya, memory imprints right there. So I feel like this rotation is very powerful. I mean it's very good, and you have quite a high chance to obtain something good, especially the earlier you are in the game. If you're a new player or if you're in mid game, there's a higher chances of you receiving something that will like help you. But I mean, Cidd, just Vildred and Cidd together are amazing in Banshee. Like, yeah, I mean, they're just gonna destroy that place. You're gonna be needing some healing and cleansing, like Angelic, Montmorancy, and I think Angelic, Montmorancy, Jetched, which is free, plus Vildred and Cidd can do it. Yeah, if you're fast enough on Angelic, Montmorancy, or maybe you need something, you can probably do it too with if you have DN, yeah, Angelic plus DN, maybe Angelic plus Angelica plus Vildred and Cidd, something of the sort. You can check the different the team comps in the hunts of what people are using with, you know, Vildred and Cidd, and have an idea before pulling. If you are maybe you don't have those heroes and you're thinking, oh, I want to build like a Banshee 11 team, and maybe these heroes could be the key for me, especially if you've been farming Wyvern, you know, 11, and you have a lot of speed gear, but you don't have the team comp to handle Banshee. So there's that. If you do have Champion Zerato, on the other hand, then like he can solo that place. It's pretty RNG. If you bring him with like Angelic, Montmorancy, you can duo that place. You could bring a third hero to speed up the run and increase your success rate. So yeah, that's a different story though. Champion Zerato is very hard to obtain, so we might not see him in a Mystic rotation for a while too. So these 4-star artifacts, Wondrous Potion Vial, that is so good. I mean, when that thing is maxed out, 100% chance to just dispel a debuff from an ally. Definitely super useful in PvE and in PvP. In the Asmakalis raid, I mean, if you don't have a dispel, this could be your source of dispelling. I mean, in PvP, especially in Guild Wars, in a 3v3 situation, this artifact, so many times it actually, like on a fast like support, just like removing debuffs constantly off of themselves or their team. And I mean, if you're trying to land a defense break with a single target attacker, and you're relying on that defense break to pop that support, and maybe they don't have that much effect resistance, so you can actually land it, but then you've got the Wondrous Potion Vial kicking in, and you're like, oh my god, they're too fast, and that thing keeps proccing 100% of the time. Even in Banshee 11, this is definitely great to remove you know, those debuffs. So yeah, for Banshee, that rotation is actually quite sick. And Elyha's knife is not really used anymore because of Portrait of the Savior. It just deals more damage unless you're fighting a target that has a 1400 plus defense, I believe. That's where you can use it. You can also use it in Banshee one-shot team on Baiken. I remember that. That's like... I believe that's like the best in slot, or the lowest investment artifact that you can have on Baiken to... for the one shot. So for the detonate, I believe, well, the direct damage as well from the hit though. But yeah, and I mean, Strak Gauntlet definitely is useful. I mean, that's a lot of effect resistance on a warrior, and easy. I mean, 60% when it's maxed out. 60% is huge. You slap that on like on a Kitty Clarissa that is fast, and like now that she got buffed, very very strong artifact for her. But any warrior really that you want to stack a lot of effect resistance, like AKA 200% effect resistance, you know, Strak Gauntlet will be your go-to artifact, unless you are trying to wear something else and still have very high effect resistance. But this does relieve a lot of pressure when you're trying to stack it as high as possible. So part of the 3-star heroes here, I mean, you can get her for free, but Carmainerose is actually very, very good. If you're trying to build a Golem 11 team, you know, Carmainerose, especially since 3 stars only need, you know, Stigma to skill them up, of course, plus Catalyst, which are quite annoying to farm, but still, Carmainerose is super powerful. You can check my Golem 11 videos, 3-man setup using her. You know, it's her plus Ken plus Achates. And I replaced Achates with Tamarine now, but I'm not farming Golem 11. Yeah, I'm farming actually... Yeah, I'm farming Banshee 11 now on my third account on Europe where I use that setup. But Carmainerose is amazing, man. Like the fact that she lifesteal here is some sustain for her. Relieve some pressure off your support, trying to keep her alive, especially because she's kind of squishy. But for Golem, man, she's so good. And also you can use her in the Abyss. You can use her... what is called in Hall of Trials. You can definitely use her there as well. That's the same thing though. You can bring Cidd, you can bring Vildred, you can bring Shuri in Hall of Trials. They're gonna be doing great depending on the rotation. But Carmainerose though, for a 3-star hero, her kit is so packed, is insane. So it's gonna be applying to early game players though. But still, I want to get this off my chest because I mean, don't pass this opportunity if you're trying to farm Golem 11. If you're missing that like hero, that key hero, she definitely can be the one for you. So yeah, decrease speed is great. You also have the increased speed of herself, and the fact that she reduced combat readiness by up to 55% after skill ups, and this is only a 3-turn cooldown skill. This hits so hard. This hits really hard. Very powerful. Skill 3 buffing herself with attack and defense on top of dispelling all buffs from the target is very good. 3-turn cooldown. You can soul burn for only 10 souls to increase the uptime of attack and defense buff to 3 turns. So you have 100% uptime on that, on these two buffs, which is very powerful. So definitely a super strong hero for a 3-star. She's definitely top tier material there. Her survival though is definitely not so great. Her HP is too low. I believe it's like, what is it, 3,800 or something like that. But her defense at 600 something, I believe. So yeah. Now you've got Prophetic Candlestick, which is quite useful, you know, not only in early game, but even in mid game to late game, you can still use that that artifact. So yeah, if you want more copies, here's your chance. And yeah, I believe this covers the video. Like I said, check out my my gameplay video of Troublemaker Crozet. If he's the one that deciding factor in you pulling in that like rotation, let's say, then yeah, check it out, make your own opinion. But I'd say like he's not broken, but he could be that one securing that damage dealer that you want to bring along in PvP in the backline. The fact that he dispels, you know, plus applies defense buff for 3 turns, plus the class enhancement buff. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I have him fully skilled up. Besides, he's missing here the 2 last. +6 and +7 because I don't need the damage increase, but the constant stuns using Elbrus Ritual Sword is actually quite entertaining, and as well as the soul burn for 10 souls only to increase the stun chance to 100% chance. That's actually quite powerful. But he's gonna need quite a bit of gear, not only survival, but he needs effectiveness, you know, if you want to land those stuns. And yeah, he definitely needs that survival HP, but also defense if you don't want him to take so much damage by himself. Immunity set in PvP is highly recommended. You don't want a defense down applied to him or the backliner, and then like if that happens, it's just gonna hurt so bad. So definitely, I really like the dispel all debuff that applies before applying the defense buff for himself and the ally that you target this on. I mean, that's the cool thing. You can apply that not only to the backline, but anyone on the team. So very cool. And defense buff, 60% defense increase is actually quite powerful. Class enhancement, it depends on what the class is, but you apply barrier to some of them. Some other ones, it's a, I believe it's the crit chance reduction buff like DN, I believe. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm Astranox. Like, comment, and subscribe for more. Press the bell icon for to be notified whenever I release a new video, and check out my other videos. It should be showing up on the screen now. Playlist of all sorts: Arena, Guild Wars, guides, tips, and how-tos, and Abyss Floor 62+. So check those out if you haven't. And also join my Discord server. The link is in the description. Over 700 members now, so come join the fun. And yeah, Troublemaker Crozet, that's his stats. He's definitely very tanky. And the thing I wanted to check was this here, the class enhancement. So Thief Warriors, Ranger, Mages, it's increased critical hit resistance. So that's 50% crit chance reduction. And for Night Soul Weavers, it's Barrier that scales off of his max HP. You know, if you want to protect, it depends. You could protect like your Soul Weaver in the back line. Maybe they have a lot of effect resistance and they're not so tanky. There's different ways to go about it, or it could be a squishy. I mean, you have Arbiter Vildred trying to increase his survival there. You don't have Aureus on the team. I would definitely want to try him with Martial Artist Ken, but yeah, I need to pull him on account number 3. So if you are pulling, let us know how your pulls have been. If you're gonna be pulling on that rotation, let us know. You know, so I was pulling on the first rotation that showed up, and I don't exactly remember who the 5-star RGB hero was, but yeah, I did not pull Maid Chloe, but I did pull him twice. So I was really pumped, or really excited about like potentially getting Maid Chloe. So anyways, that's really it for this one. Good luck with all you do. Peace out for now.